10 things smart men should not do with women. The unseen power of restraint. Smart men don't lose themselves in women. They find themselves by mastering their emotions around them. A man's strength isn't shown in what he chases, but in what he refuses to chase. What separates wise, grounded men from reactive, self-sabotaging ones? It's not charm, looks, or money. It's inner discipline. The Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, taught that self-control is more attractive than anything money can buy. In this video, we're going to break down the 10 things smart men should never do with women using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Smart men, especially those who embrace Stoicism, know that the key to lasting respect and attraction is not found in charm, bravado, or emotional theatrics. It's found in discipline, self-restraint, and clarity. While most are distracted by pleasure or validation, the Stoic man operates on an entirely different plane. He doesn't react, he responds, he doesn't chase, he chooses, and in relationships with women, these differences become powerfully visible. The Stoic approach to women and relationships. We live in a culture where men are told they must constantly perform, prove, and pursue in order to earn a woman's interest or love. But the Stoic man operates by a different set of rules. He doesn't see a woman as a prize to be won, but as a complement to a life already grounded in purpose, reason, and inner peace. This isn't about being cold or emotionless. It's about being anchored. It's about not making someone else the center of your identity. The ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus weren't relationship gurus, but their insights into emotional discipline, self-control, and virtue apply perfectly to modern relationships. If you're on a journey to master yourself, live with purpose, and build stronger relationships, starting from within, then you're in the right place. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate rationality, emotional discipline, and virtue, even in matters of love, dating, and relationships. This isn't about manipulation, it's about mastery. In this video, we'll explore 10 brutally honest and deeply empowering things smart men should never do with women, rooted entirely in the Stoic mindset, and the behaviors that wise, Stoic men avoid when dealing with women, not out of fear, but from a place of strength and clarity. Let's begin. 1. Never make her the center of your universe. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. When you orbit around a woman, making her your source of joy, validation, and meaning, you place your emotional state in someone else's hands. That's not love, that's dependence. The Stoic man is mission-driven. He knows that his purpose, his integrity, and his contribution to the world come first, not because he's selfish, but because he understands the danger of external attachments. Making her the center of your universe destabilizes both you and the relationship. Women respect and are attracted to men who are self-possessed, not those who sacrifice identity for attention. Never make a woman your mission. A man should be erect, not kept erect by others. Marcus Aurelius. Smart men never place a woman at the center of their life's mission. They don't orbit her. Instead, they walk their path, and if a woman aligns with it, great. If not, they continue. Making her your mission leads to neediness, overinvestment, and ultimately, loss of respect. Your mission, your purpose, your growth, your contribution is the source of your strength. A Stoic man puts his virtue and vision above emotional distraction. Be with her, cherish her, but never orbit her. 2. Never abandon your principles to please her. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Too many men compromise their beliefs, values, and goals just to avoid conflict or gain approval from a woman. This subtle form of self-betrayal always backfires. The Stoic man holds fast to his principles. He doesn't yield his convictions for comfort or chemistry. Even if standing firm risks loss or rejection, he understands that virtue matters more than validation. A woman may test a man's boundaries, not to dominate him, but to discover if his spine is real. Stand your ground. She may not always like it, but she will respect it. Love that is built on honesty, even if it's uncomfortable, is stronger than love built on self-erasure. Never overreact emotionally. It is not events that disturb men, but their judgments about them. Epictetus. When you're emotionally volatile, you hand over control. Women test boundaries, not maliciously, but as part of human dynamics. If you lose your cool, you lose her trust. Smart men keep their emotions in check. That doesn't mean being cold or robotic, it means being in command. The Stoic sees emotion, recognizes it, but isn't ruled by it. Your calm is your power. 3. Never chase a woman who is pulling away. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. When you chase someone who is clearly detaching, you're abandoning self-respect. The Stoic understands that others' choices are beyond his control. Chasing when someone withdraws is not love, it's fear. Fear of loss, fear of not being enough. But to the Stoic, loss is natural. People come and go. What matters is your ability to remain centered despite it. Instead of pursuing, step back. Let her go. You'll either reclaim her respect or create the space to reclaim yourself. Remember, the man who can walk away holds the most power. Never chase, validate, or beg. The moment you chase someone who is pulling away, you reverse the polarity of attraction. Smart men don't validate women excessively or beg for attention. They understand the economy of value. He who needs nothing is truly free. Stoic concept. Chasing stems from scarcity. Stoics cultivate abundance from within. If she leaves, she leaves. If she stays, she stays. You remain centered regardless. 4. Never confuse attraction with attachment. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Epictetus. Attraction is natural, but attachment, especially premature obsessive attachment, is a trap. Smart men enjoy emotional connections, but stay rooted in reality. They don't cling to fantasy. Stoicism reminds us to love others as if they may be taken from us at any moment. That doesn't mean detachment. It means appreciation without dependence. When you're overly attached, you compromise your clarity, judgment, and dignity. Stay grounded. Let love be an offering, not a chain. Never tolerate disrespect. You become what you tolerate. A Stoic man has boundaries. He is kind, but not weak. If a woman is consistently disrespectful, dismissive, or chaotic, he calmly disengages. Tolerating disrespect signals a lack of self-respect. Smart men don't need drama to feel wanted. They know that peace is more valuable than attention. 5. Never seek her approval over self-respect. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? Epictetus. If you live to impress, you forget to live with purpose. When a man prioritizes approval over self-respect, he becomes a mirror, not a man. The Stoic doesn't mold himself to be liked. He becomes who he's meant to be and lets others respond however they wish. Seeking her approval forces you into behaviors that erode who you are. Your integrity is more attractive than any performance. If you lose someone because you stood for your values, you lost nothing. Never abandon brotherhood for romance. Your friends, mentors, and tribe are essential to your grounding. Smart men don't isolate themselves the moment they start dating someone new. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Seneca. Too many men abandon their masculine community for temporary romance. But your brothers challenge you, sharpen you, and keep you accountable. Keep your brotherhood strong. She should complement your life, not consume it. 6. Never emotionally overshare without purpose. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Vulnerability is essential, but timing, context, and balance matter. The modern myth is that emotional openness means dumping your traumas, insecurities, and fears without restraint. The Stoic man reflects deeply. He speaks when it is wise, not simply when he is triggered. Sharing feelings is not weakness, but oversharing without clarity is self-sabotage. Show her your strength through the way you carry your struggles, not just how you speak about them. Never overshare or emotionally dump. Stoics are introspective. They process emotion before they express it. Smart men don't turn romantic partners into therapists. They reflect, seek counsel from wise friends, and approach their woman with emotional clarity, not chaos. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Expressing vulnerability is important, but how and when you do it matters. Self-regulation is key. 7. Never stay in a toxic relationship out of fear. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. Some men stay in relationships that drain, belittle, or confuse them just to avoid loneliness or heartbreak. That is spiritual cowardice. The Stoic sees relationships as a reflection of his values. If the relationship becomes a battlefield, he does not tolerate it. He leaves, not out of bitterness, but in defense of his peace. You don't stay for comfort. You stay for growth and harmony. If those are gone, so should you be. Never abandon your standards to please her. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Smart men don't bend their principles for the sake of being liked. They don't change their core values to win favor. They are anchored in who they are. If you compromise your values to gain approval, you lose both your dignity and her respect. A Stoic man stands firm, even if it costs him short-term pleasure. 8. Never sacrifice mission for romance. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. Your mission, your purpose, is sacred. Romance should support it, not replace it. When a man gives up on his goals to please a woman, he becomes lost, and ironically, far less attractive. A Stoic man lives in alignment. He doesn't pause his life to chase affection. He continues building, leading, and evolving. If a woman fits into that trajectory, she's welcome. Never rush the bond. Attraction takes time. Smart men understand that relationships evolve naturally. They don't push for labels, force emotional intensity, or accelerate intimacy. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Moving slowly allows both people to reveal their true selves. Stoics value truth over fantasy, but he never compromises the mission for momentary comfort. 9. Never react emotionally to her tests. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus. Tests are inevitable. Women test to see if your strength is real or just talk. The man who overreacts to emotional swings, challenges, or provocations is showing that he is governed by impulse, not discipline. A Stoic man meets tests with calm, humor, or silence. He doesn't need to win arguments or prove himself in every moment. He proves it by being unshakable. React less. Observe more. Speak only when necessary. Let your energy reveal your essence. Never make her emotions your responsibility. You can be compassionate without being codependent. Her emotional state is not your project. Smart men support without saving. They empathize without absorbing. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. The Stoic man remains grounded even when others are stormy. 10. Never stop evolving because you have her. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Seneca. The pursuit of a woman ends too many men's personal growth. They get comfortable, stop striving, and expect the relationship to sustain itself. But the Stoic man continues to evolve, with or without her. He reads, he trains, he leads, he reflects, not for her, but for the integrity of his own soul. Nothing is more attractive than a man who grows, not because he lacks, but because he is devoted to potential. Never stop growing because you got her. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Seneca. The biggest mistake smart men avoid? Thinking the work is over once they're in a relationship. Stoic men continue leveling up. They grow physically, mentally, spiritually. They keep reading, training, building. Not for her, but because that's who they are. Attraction is maintained not through comfort, but through continued evolution. A life of Stoic masculinity. The Stoic man isn't cold or indifferent. He is passionate, but in control, loving, but never losing himself. He brings value, not validation. These 10 principles aren't about avoiding women. They're about avoiding weakness within yourself. When you live like this, you're harder to manipulate, you're easier to respect, and most of all, you remain free. Freedom, purpose, virtue. These are what make a man truly attractive. To be a smart man, especially in today's emotionally reactive world, you must practice restraint, awareness, and discipline. Relationships are not playgrounds for ego, but arenas for virtue. Women are not enemies, nor are they gods. They are mirrors, and sometimes teachers. But the Stoic man understands that the most important relationship is with himself. When you stop chasing, start leading, uphold your values, and evolve constantly. You don't just attract respect, you embody it. As Epictetus said, "Stand firm like a rock beaten by the waves. It is not he who reviles or strikes you who insults you, but your opinion that these things are insulting." Stay away from the 10 traps we've discussed, and you will not only thrive with women, but more importantly, you'll thrive as a man. Let others lose themselves, while you remain unshaken. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Stoic content, and drop a comment with what hit hardest for you. Stay grounded. Until next time.